So this would be like our first long form video that I put up on a YouTube that isn't um, a D&D campaign or a VOD. So I'm very excited. Hello to everybody watching. I greatly appreciate it. I'm your host, Nay, and today we're getting into the Roottrees are dead. Now, I will say I've already started this game on stream last night. So if you want to stream last night, you saw me the first half. So I'm gonna do a little recap of what we already have, and then we're gonna continue because I need to get into the rest of this mess. We need to finish this family tree so we can open up the top secret envelope to see who else has to go on the tree, and I'm very excited. So let's get into it. I hope everybody had a great Wednesday. Mine's meh, but Wednesdays be Wednesday, and I'm just so glad I get to play a little bit of a game before I had to bed. And we get into it. So, let's take a look at the trade. So, as of right now, we have the ancestors, the starters of the Roottrees Candy Company. We have them already figured out. We have some in the family figured out, but I just realized this is wrong. And we have some of the family trees figured out, but not enough information. But we know this right here is fully complete. The Roottree right here, and the Roottrees right here is fully complete. We just need to get the rest of the pictures. So there's another picture of the day. We need to finish this part over here because we already got Gwen. I called her Gwen. Oh Jesus! One thing about me, I'm a make a name up, and we need to get some more information. Like we got the scammer, the scamming 3 right here. Especially these two, we got them. And I just realized I also have Ellis. Do I have it in here? No. Actually, I have to look at one of the pictures. Where? Okay, not this one. Not that one. As you can see, this picture is Eli. So that's Eli M right there. So that is Ellis right here. And it looks like mechanic. So we won't put that right now because I think she's a mechanic. But another thing I want to go ahead and do, I think I missed a lot of the information in these notes, in these pictures. So, okay. So her right here, her name's Sam. So if you were in the live yesterday, there's a page in Lauren's book, because this is Lauren right here, about Sam, and we're going to get into it today. So let me go ahead and add. So Lauren, that's the picture. So that's Lauren's other picture. And right here. So in the evidence, so this is Sam. In the evidence, we're going to get to it now. Where's it at? Okay. And okay, so we had a 5 pieces, the next generation, and then the free spirits. So we're going to talk about the next generation because we're going to focus on them today. Thank you. It's not this page. Okay, hold on. Let's highlight this and highlight that so I can come back to that. But there's another page. Okay, so I don't have it. And that's something that's missing because there's a page about there's something missing in here. There's some more information that I need to get, and it's referring to Sam. So, just to look, Samantha Roottree, and we're gonna look up Samantha Roottrees because I don't remember if I looked up last night. Let's see. Nope. Okay, I don't see her name there. Okay, let's type it out. Type it out. Excuse the typos y'all finna see. Don't laugh at me. You don't know my life. Okay, nothing came up about Samantha, but we know she's a part of the family. We need some more information stuff. Even though we already got Lauren Roottrie. Okay, now the whole thing didn't have to be capitalized. My God, today. Okay, so we already looked at that, but okay, I don't think. I like the same words here. Y'all saw me copy that damn R. Yeah, okay, it's just giving book. Okay. So let's just go to the library page. Copy this. Paste that. Follow up to romancing court. About the author blurb mentioned she had the information from one of her brothers, Clancy Letcher, on middle age. Okay. So let's see if we can get anything. Nothing with the books. I thought the books would give us something. Damn. Okay, let's go back. Let me just see. I don't think it'll give us anything. Wrong one. I don't think it'll give us anything, but it don't help to hurt to look. Okay. Well, useless look. Okay. If you hear the clicking, it's my pen. I literally have a notebook and a pad, a notebook and a pen, because I've been writing stuff down. I'm not using the notes in this damn game because I need to write this out. I need to write it out. Okay. And let's see. What else can we listen? Series of three books called Courtchester. I would say about romance, but it'll be the same. Return to Court. Oh, new romance in court. Let's just nothing. Let's just see if we get a hit off of this book. Okay, yep, it's the same thing. Okay, just the same thing. It's the last blurb. Okay. So I want to go back to the evidence because I feel like I'm missing something here. Okay, let me put. Okay, since we got the music thing, I didn't even look. Let's look up songs. I think we could look up here. Let's look up. Cherry. Okay. Nothing. Okay. Nothing. Can we only look up band names or can we look up songs too? Because I would think you'd be able to look up songs, but apparently not. Okay. Okay. We're going to use this sparingly, but we have it. So let's see what the heck can give us. Ever started a family business? It surely has to receive some attention in the media. Okay. Search for Ellis Roottree in Business Watch. Okay. Let's see. Because I think I did this already. Okay. I didn't. Okay. Ellis Roottree was awarded Watchman of the Year in 1936 for his accomplishment of rolling out 5 pieces to a global market. Those from this article and scans someone made of the cover have been added to your evidence. Okay, cool. Cool. Bam. Okay. Another picture for Ellis. Another picture for Ellis. Ooh. Let's look at this evidence. Okay. Ellis Roottree was voted Watchman of the Year by Business Watch in 1936, and a painting of him appeared on the cover. The magazine says that he was voted Watchman of the Year specifically to recognize the global rollout of 5 pieces. Inside the article is a timeline of 5 pieces. 1908, Ellis forms the Roottree Candy Company after marrying his wife, who inherited a maple farm. During the period before 5 pieces, the company is barely profitable. Ellis has a daughter in the first of his 5 children. 4 more follow, leading to 1922. Ellis invents 5 pieces. Each of the 5 flavors is chosen based on the initial of the 5 children, 1 flavor per child. Okay. 5 pieces are sold in some Pittsburgh markets in 1924 and 1926. 5 pieces are rolled out to all New England. The new recipe and flavor is finalized, and the candy begins nationwide distribution in department stores and other shops everywhere. The Roottree Candy Company purchased every maple farm in Pennsylvania in preparation for the global rollout. With the help of his son, Ellis Roottrees Jr., architects firm. Okay, hold on. A new industrialized factory and warehouse was built in Butler County. In 1936, production is tripled and worldwide success begins. Okay. There's also a what's next session that claims Ellis is going to pivot to ensure his company's legacy and that the Roottree Candy Company remains a family business. He plans to do this with the challenge clause. Okay, the Chance Okay, the Chance clause. I keep saying clause. The Chance Trust is a highly unusual corporation arrangement named after Chauncey Edward Roottree, who was Ellis's son and the Roottree Company's head lawyer at the time. Okay, so Chauncey, thank you. So Chauncey Edwards, him right here, is a lawyer. Cause he looks almost like they dad, and he's a lawyer. I want to make sure I got the right picture, so I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna double check the pictures. But let's get into work. Here, Chauncey Edward Roottree, who was Ellis's son and the Roottree Candy Company's head lawyer at the time. Due to its unique nature, it's often brought up in online discussions about financial matters and inheritance as an oddity. The company mandates that a fixed percentage of its profits are split each quarter amongst bank accounts representing each direct relative of Ellis and Gwyneth. An account is created for each blood relative at birth and the first accessible when they reach 18. The actual number have never been disclosed in public, but due to the ever-increasing success of the company, a significant amount of money. The Chauncey Clause is known for its essentially impossible to get around due to many checks and balances written to it. There have been situations in which family members have tried to forcibly remove another member from the trust. Most details online are pretty vague since the matters are handled internally. The only information you discover is from a university law school, which apparently had a guest lecture talk about the Roottrees versus RR in 1994. While you look into the Chauncey Clause, you often find the mention of the 5-piece guarantee, which went into effect at the same time. Okay, we have new information. We have new information. I'm so excited. Okay, let's look up, since we got it first, this right here. Okay, you find very few details about this particular incident with regards to the Chauncey Trust. A student that attended the lecture about it wrote the following on the Legal Oddities website. From which you could tell, RR attempted unsuccessfully to remove a fellow member from the trust. It is said that RR attempted 2 arguments. First, the person in question was born out of wedlock, and second, they committed a significant crime against a fellow family member. Still, due to the ironclad wording of the Chauncey Trust, it was impossible to remove any direct descendant of Ellis Roottree without completely dissolving the trust. So who was RR? Whose initials are RR? Nothing, huh? There might be something in Business Watch. Let's see. So, you want to look at this real quick and Business Watch. Let's see. Nothing. Let's see. Nothing. Y'all good. They're good. Y'all good with high information. Okay. Let's see. The 5-piece guarantee. Let's look. The 5-piece guarantee is in combination with the Chauncey Trust was Ellis Roottree's attempt to ensure that the Roottree Candy Company will remain a family business for eternity. In isolation is somewhat baffling. The yearly salary of Rootree's president is always locked to the price of a single pack of 5 pieces. When the 5 pieces guarantee went into effect, this was 25 cents a year. Now it's close to $4. Combined with the Chauncey Trust, however, it makes a bit more sense. Ellis wanted to ensure that only his direct relatives could afford to be president, and he knew that because their passive income was tied to the profits of the company, they would have vested interest keeping the company as profitable and successful as possible. Whether or not this was a smart or successful decision is widely debated online and in person by economic enthusiasts of all levels of expertise. Let's see if there's anything in Business Watch. Nothing. Okay, so we just got those news articles. That just gave me more questions. Who is RR? There's somebody in the family with the initials RR. So let's look at the family tree. Okay, we got 2. We got Robert Roottree and Ronald Roottree. So it's one of them. So it's either Robert or Ronald. Let's look some stuff up. Nope, wrong screen. Wrong screen. Okay. Robert. Wrong letter. Robert Roottree. Nothing. We're gonna look at the periodicals too. Don't worry about it. I want everything to be capital. I'm sorry, I have a thing where I need the letters of the beginning of a word capitalized. So if it's a name, I need both of them capital. The first letters capitalized all the time. Nothing. Let's go to Business Watch and let's see if we can find anything about Robert Roottree. Nothing. Let's see. Nothing. Suspicious. Weird. Nothing. Business Watch. Nothing. I wonder, with the library, do you have to put the name of the book? Or if you just do the author? Yep, book or author. Okay. Answers my question. Okay. So one of the RRs, who was the one who? So we have RR. Which one of them tried to get somebody taken out of the will? Was it Robert or was it Ronald? And not the will, the trust. And I think it might have been, was it Sam they tried to get taken out of there because they tried to say she wasn't a legitimate child? More questions than we have answers to, but we still have more information. So we have more information than we had when we started. So let's see if we got anything else from here. Okay. And then I just realized Ellis Roottree Jr. was an architect. Yes, sir. Okay. We got all right. Okay, I was right. We got Chauncey Edward Roottree, Ellis M. Roottree, so the M is for miracle. And then we have Ellis Jr. Okay, I was correct. Oh, the phone ringing. Ring, ring, ring.
So, you may have heard the news. Some of Carl's things have gone missing.
Yeah, girl,
That includes the pictures and mail I brought you earlier. I promise I didn't steal it, but I did borrow it. I'll return it once we're done. Let me deal with my family in the meantime. Oh, I guess that means I've officially confessed.
You did.
I'm a Roottrees.
Okay.
I assure you I have a reasonable explanation for the secrecy. If you could just wait a little bit longer, I'll tell you more, in person. I'll return after 15...
15? Okay. Okay, this is a poster. Okay, we done looked up everybody on this list. Everybody's gone. Excuse my chewing. I'm having a little snacky snack. I want to work in sections. Excuse me. I want to work in sections. So I want to finish this section out. Right here. So I need the other two sons. I need a picture of Clark. I mean, Chauncey. I need the other brother name. Okay. So let's see. Okay. Guys, we're just killing. You got a little MS. You got a little ASMR. Okay. So. Excuse me. So, we have Chauncey Sr. and we have Lauren. Now, I know this is, I know this is his son, but I don't. And we know it's his son because Carl is Chauncey's son, because in Lauren's diary she said their dad had Chauncey. I keep saying Chauncey. Clarence. Clarence? It's not Clarence either. It's Clancy. They probably like, oh my god, this girl can't read. So Clancy Jr., we know is Carl daddy. Because Lauren said in her diaries that they daddy, what they call Pop, had Clancy send Carl to academy. So that might have been a military academy, I'm going to assume. So he wasn't a free spirit like his cousin James and his cousin Clark. Okay. So what I need now is we need to go back to, where's it at? The business watch. And we need to look where's it at? Ellis Roottrees Jr. is an architect firm. It's not gonna come up like that. Let's see if we can look up. Let's see. Search the periodical. Business. He's the oldest son. Okay, now. Okay, so architect firm. Works on a house called the High Top House. Okay, so obviously it's unrelated. I want to use the hint thing sparingly, but I feel like I'm stuck again because I'm not getting no information. It's only telling me this. It also mentions that Ellis, but yeah, I know he's the second son, and I know he's an architect, but I need more information. Yes, give me nothing. Nothing business watch about his. Okay. Where is it? I know there's more information about him. Okay. You know what? I don't need no more information about him. Right, I don't need any more information about Ellis right now. I know he has a kid. So whoever his kid is in this. Okay, let's worry about one thing at a time. Let's worry about Clancy. So let's worry about Clancy. Roottree, nothing. Yeah. Clancy Edward Roottree. Blood relative. Da da da. We already read this. Nothing. Okay. Okay. The Clancy Trust was mentioned many times in Business Watch. Most results are from the 1940s and 50s, but occasionally more recent references creep in. For context, it's clear that it allows the entire Roottrie family to earn money based on the profits of the candy company. The first article you find from 1943 mentions that the inflammable legal aspects of it were designed by Clancy Edward Roottree to restore to secure the future of his father's famous name. You might be able to find more details online. Okay. Why the hell would I just look it up? Okay, I'm gonna go for a hint. Let's real quick. Oh, the comment was unlikely between wars complaints. That's exactly what I was looking for. I knew I had it. Hold on. Okay. I knew I had it. Okay, here we go. Ooh, who's a starlet? Okay. Okay, I already know stuff about Gwen, but let's. Okay. I think I was Western Frontier. Due to the power guys love the studio brought Wayman to play the villain twin brother. And apparently, his sweetheart. Okay, so he has no. Okay, cool. Okay. Okay, you find some information on a website about old films that are not yet available on VHS. This website is not very organized, and the search is broken, but you get individual pages from search engine. Why Bill Williams was the leading man of some of the non-notable films in the 1950s. He appeared in an adventure film called Favors, Fortune Favors the Grave, which has yet to be released for home audiences. You don't find any additional information about the film. He is known for his good looks and off-screen romances, specifically with blondes. He was married 4 different times to 4 different actresses. There's a famous Hollywood rumor that he even approached Marilyn Monroe at a party, and she was already aware of his reputation. Oh, this this must be Gwen husband or ex-husband. This must be Gwen ex-husband. Where she at? Let's see. Do we got a bill? No, we don't got no Williams on here, do we? Nope. Okay, so that might not be her husband, or that might not be his real name. Let's see. Okay, nothing. Let's Fortunes from the Grave. Yeah, why Bill? He returned there often. Okay, that's her husband. That's her ex-husband. Because them boys, she took them to Paris one time. Yeah, because that's her other picture. He's her son. Yeah, they split up and they have 2 sons. Okay, I can't find. Okay, let's see if I can find anything in the. It erased the whole damn thing. Oh, brother. Okay, let's not search. Wow. Let's just see if we can do Bill Williams. No. Because could Williams be his? Let's see if there's anybody named William. Okay, let's see if anybody. Let's see. Nothing. Right? There's a Brian. There's a Brian. But other than that, I don't see anything. I don't see anything. Let's go back to see. I know her. She's the first to be other than a housewife, so whoever she is, she's a housewife, I think. But it doesn't. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Who's on? Okay. It seems something. Okay, complaining about the only child complaining of loneliness, never sex, that being accepted so much. I got told her of ears. During the summer when I stayed with her in Art Margot. See, I told y'all. I'm Margot. Margot, I hope that she would be the sister I never had and that I do the same with her. I even tried to dye my hair blonde. I think it was the two of them. What a mess. She just complained to her I was the lucky cousin. She was off living her glamorous life while I was stuck here with Clark. I must admit, seeing her everywhere contributes to my happiness. Her vestige stares at me every now and then from my coffee table. She gets to be in Starlet. There we go. Search. There we go. Starlet was a magazine that started the colorization of film and went around 1964, generally with the tabloid. Okay, we cooking now. We got another periodical. I didn't even peep. Okay, so let's search in the periodical and Starlet. Okay, we found his real name. Okay. Wild Bill Williams was mentioned many times throughout the magazine's lifespan, with stories and gossip about who he has been with publicly. Blondes mostly. 3 specific pages stand out. The first mentions of his first role under his real name, Walter Forsythe. The second interview, although he doesn't mention her by name, you determine from the context he's talking about Gwen Roottree. And apologies to all the ladies I'm actually taking. Earlier this year, I did a friend a favor. He was directing a war movie and asked me to play a small part. Wouldn't you know it, the son of a bitch cut me from the picture. I was just ribbing. It wasn't his fault. Apparently, the studio didn't want to pay for a star of my caliber. I got the last laugh though. I met someone. She spent most of the film crying. She was playing a soldier's wife. But even through the tears, she was incredible. I know I tend to have a reputation, but this one's true love. I only have eyes for her. Okay. Ironically, the third rumor is that the divorce from Gwen was due to multiple affairs, including one with another actress. An American reader on vacation in Paris claims that he overheard Wild Bill and Gwen arguing in public while she was holding a baby visibly pregnant. Long on after Gwen announced her divorce, she announced she was a divorcing Wild Bill and also that she was pregnant again, giving Aruba more credibility. Oh, he's a messy. Okay. So his name is Walter. Ugly name. Not you got an ugly name and you playing with a baddie. What's wrong with you? Ugh. One thing about a man. My God. Okay. 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 Gwyneth Roottree was often in Starlet. Most mentions were around the time of her divorce in 1958 from Wild Bill Williams. The gossip is speculative and full of tabloid stereotypes. Some of it is focused on the fact that she announced her divorce. Announced her divorce, so she was also announced she was pregnant again. Others mention that the rumor is Wild Bill had multiple affairs, which left her heartbroken. There is also an interview from early in the mid 1957 where she was asked about her last name. She answered, "The power of my name is undeniable. My grandfather constantly preached at the importance of family names and honoring them. My father decided to bless me with a famous name. There is nothing wrong with Cornwell, but Roottrie has power. My husband goes by Wild Bill. It's an infamous name he repurposed for himself because he didn't have the benefit of being born with a famous one. But Wild combined with the alliteration Williams is incredibly memorable." Although we relocated to Paris, I know you readers love to keep up with my husband, so consider this a sterling exclusive about both of us. Bill and I have a child on the way, and we are sticking with Roottrees for the last name, not Williams. We also plan to lean into the alliteration. That's how we'll honor our families for the next generation. Okay. Cornwall. Okay, so the Cornwall. Okay. So, let's see. Cornwall. Linus Cornwall. Let's look it up. Let's look him up. Linus, who is you, Nothing, huh? Look at these two names that are left. Boy names, okay. So we got Ronald, Robert, Jack, Ellis C, Edward Roottrees. November. another Ellis. Ellis was the president too. I don't remember. He wouldn't be on this road right here with them. No. Angie, because by girls, it's Angie first. Angie first, so Angie. Oops, further on. Let's see. Angie. So Angie first. Then is Zach. Somebody in between here has to have an Ellis. Because Ellis takes, because Ellis is the president, so Ellis is president number 4. Ellis is president number 4. Zach's president number 2, I think. Zach takes over because nobody in the 5 pieces is president. So Ellis gives it to Zach, and then Zach goes, then it's Ellis again, the 3rd. There's another president. It's somebody else. It's another president. Ellis Sr., Zach. Alright. So it's Ellis Sr., Zach. I'm trying to figure it out, but we're not going to harp on it. Okay. So I think Zach goes over there. But I want to finish this part right here. Because I need to know their names. So I can finish. So, where's the picture of them? When it's in the boys. Okay. Yeah, the free spirit just fell off the frame. Right on the back is "Can't make the reunion. Wishing you the well from Paris." And it's Gwen and the boys. Okay, she not gonna give us no more information. Keeping her kid's name top secret. Who is y'all? Because it has to be Ella. She said they were keeping the name. The names were going to. Let's see. I spelled the name wrong. Hold on. Nothing. Because she said the names were alliteration. Yeah. Okay. What she said right here, I have a child on the way and we're sticking with the Roottree for the last name, not Williams, but then we also plan to lean into alliteration. That's how we'll honor both our families' names for the next generation. So how would you honor Williams and Roottree? You would keep the last name Roottree because the last name is going to be Roottree. But would you name them after everybody? Would you name them? Would you name them after everybody? And it'll be like Edward and Ellis? Or would you go completely off the rip and be like Edward R.R. Robin and Wright Ronald? Cause there's no Williams here. There's Roottrees though. Well, obviously. Okay. We're gonna use this sparingly. I need it one more time. Okay. Let's go. Okay, so it's telling us the more evidence is in these damn books. Oh, okay. Swan buckle my heart. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. I totally forgot about this book. Okay, now okay. I'm confused. Okay, yeah. Oh, well, her new last name. Oh, that's why I can't find it. What is Rafferty? Okay, hold on. Let me look again. Oh my god, we gonna play cat and mouse with this damn book. It better be something in here. Okay. Okay, revisiting the diaries. Okay. Copy. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, let's go look. Let's go look. Okay, revisiting our scandal. The new diary opens with an explosive incident that happened in the decade between the re-release and the release of Lauren's diary. Ellis Roundtree had died, and during the reading of his will, there was an audible gasp when a certain name was read aloud. Samantha Roottrees. Although Sam and her children were not meant to receive monetary inheritance, he had a stipulation that she retain the rights to run the farm in any and all decisions related to it. It was then that the scandalous secrets came out. None of the five pieces were a surprise, but it was a quiet shock to everyone, including Sam. She had been told her parents died. Apparently, Sam was the legitimate daughter of Ellis Jr. and Patricia Christensen. Patricia Christensen. Okay. Okay. So this is the wrong kid. This is Ellis Jr.'s daughter. And her name is Samantha. And she is, would you say, manufacturing? So she runs the farm. Okay, she runs the farm. Okay. Patricia, the daughter of a local steel mill mogul, and Elijah Jr. Elijah Jr. harbored a secret romance at the age of 16. She became pregnant, and after birth, her father refused to let her see Eli Jr. ever again. Her baby Samantha was sent to the Roottrees. Ellis hid her away with the local farmhand known as EC. Patricia was married off to a much older man and sent away. That was the end of that, almost. None of the next generation ever met or heard of Patricia until she unexpectedly reappeared, now going by Patsy. After Patsy's husband died, she reunited with Ellie Jr. and they finally got married in their 50s. Okay. So Patsy. Okay. That's that right there. We got that fixed right there. Okay. After Patsy's husband died, she reunited with LG and they finally married in their 50s. Lauren mentioned that the wedding in her first diary without knowing Patsy had never taken another look at Lauren ever the romantic quite appreciated this. When Patsy and LG finally got married, Ellis decided Sam should have a retreat in the first place. Even though she wasn't a part of the Clancy Trust, he wanted to include her in the family affairs. That's what led to Lauren's initial entry entitled Sam. Ooh, that's messy. Okay. Sam. This is an additional note from the context from the 1975 10-year anniversary release of Lauren's diary. It's a compatible piece to the entry about Sam. Clearly, I didn't know our true family history when I wrote this. I didn't even know Sam was a Roottree. All doubts were ill-filled. She was a fine woman. If she had the chance to grow up with us, she might as well have been the sister figure Gwen never was. Ernie and the kids were lucky to have her, and her kids seemed eager to help the family in their own ways. Ernie Jr. had been learning day to day from Zach. It's been a long time since any room she was excited and interested in actual candy and Ernie. As a bonus, Gwyneth was a broken son of her mother and adopted grandpa. I'm almost ashamed I'm not figuring out myself. Sam was a fitting image of Patsy with her jet black hair and green eyes. She didn't have the thick glasses Patsy did, of course, but I guess that skips a generation. Her kids have that covered. It's hard to explain the look on Pop's face when he read that the farm operation was passed to Samantha Roottrees for as long as she was willing. I got flashbacks to when Zach was made president. Mother reframed it a bit to calm him down. She wouldn't receive any candy money after all, and essentially inherited the right to rule over the peasantry for eternity. Reading this back, I get deja vu as I write the addendum. Clark's gotten married again. No Roottree has ever remarried. Sure, I love Jacob and Gwyneth divorced a while Bill just before she had her second. Not even I can blame her for that. I've even seen what he gets up to in Starlet, but neither of us took a second husband. With the way the world is moving, I guess it was inevitable someone in this family would remarry. I wish it wasn't my son. I can only wonder if Clark's apparent disrespect for marriage is due to the lack of a real father. I did what I could, and Lord knows LEC stepped up to help, and even more that I could say for Clancy or Edward. Okay, Edward. And we go over here, because we got Clancy, and this is... Okay, we got Eli... I think we got Eli C. And then we got Edward. We got Edward. Edward Roottrees. Okay. Okay. Eli C. Yeah, Eli C. And is it this way? Or maybe these two can be switched. Hold on. What was right there? Edward. Okay. Let's keep reading. Where we at? LCG practically raised. Yep. Practically raised Clark and Jim as brothers. Whenever he did, Eli's marriage seemed to be fine, and Jim's family was solid as a rock, pun intended. So who knows what caused these things? I suspect he's marrying Jane to keep her from running out of the band without her. He'd be the third wheel, and I imagine they won't last long as a trio. But still, I don't think a marriage is such a shaky foundation like that can last. And Lord knows I was right the last time. Okay. So, actually Jane goes here. She's the second wife. And I think this is her right here. Jane's the second wife. Okay. This is the page of the re-release. Okay, but just to keep it. The biggest complaint I got after my final was how similar names are. And I get it. There are 4 lots for Pete's sake. But that's how it is. Someone would say, I saw Eli in town, and I wouldn't know which one they meant. My brother, my uncle, my cousin. Okay, so she has a brother, my cousin. Okay, So, hold on. So let's look at this. Her brother is Eli C. So her cousin is Sam. Is there? It has to be this way. It actually isn't Zach. I'm sorry. This is Eli. This is another Eli. Which one isn't spoken for? Which one isn't spoken for? Hold on. Okay, hold on. That's her uncle, her brother, her cousin. Oh, her cousin. Her cousin. Okay, her cousin right here is other Eli. Okay. That's why he's from Uncle Junior, Eli, or Eli C. Our family were always unusual. Grandpa was a believer in using the name of each generation out of those in the last. His father and Grandma Gwyneth's father were named Edward and Clancy. So now you see where my pop's name came from. One thing that's always been consistent in our family though, is that every time someone's a junior, they always the firstborn. That goes for Miracle, Eli, or even Clancy. For the women, however, it goes out the window. I think Gwendolyn got her name from some combination of Gwyneth and Carolyn, who was Eli's mother. Women's names tend to get mixed up as the generations went on. I guess that's because there's no female equivalent of junior. Okay. Okay. So hold on. Who the fuck is Carolyn? Okay, Eli mom. Okay, yes. Carolyn? No, this can't be. No. What Eli? Shit, I'm trying to figure out what Eli is. Hold on, y'all. Let me read this again. Hold on. Okay. And the women, I think Gwendolyn got her name from some variation of Gwyneth and Carolyn, who was Elias' mother. Are you talking about his grandparents? Yeah, I'm confused. Thank you. Okay, girl, I'm glad you knew. Anger. Okay. A specific, rather, it's not a companion, but rather a fundamental. Apparently, This is the first thing that she could have ever wrote. She knows it was anger. Da, da, da. I got angry when I met a little girl who I did not like. She was dirty and did not have a pretty dress. Mom and Pop walked in town, and she hugged him. When I told her he was my pop, she pushed me. I got angry and yelled, and she said I got angry and yelled at her. Pop said to treat her nice. Then she said, "Your pop is my dad." She screeched in my ear. She was lying to me, and lying is not a nice thing, so I pushed her. Then I got in trouble, and then Pop took her away. He told me not to worry. I'm glad she's alive. Hold on. Wait, what? So did she actually lie? Child, okay. Let's go back. Okay. Okay, so actually, I was right the first time. Eli's seat is right here. Eli's seat is James's head, and Edward is right here. So Edward is right here. We just need pictures for the rest of them. I think I got them. Okay. So I got all the siblings' names. They're correct. Clancy is Robert, Carl's dad. LSC is James is Jim dad. And Edward Roottrees is the youngest. Okay, so I got all the siblings here. Okay, so we got all this over here done. We have this done. I just need the pictures. We got this done. But I need to figure out. Okay, I'll put farmer because she's a farmer. I don't know if this is right though. Okay, I think I got the wrong bag. Okay, we cooking with gas. How many did I get now? I got 3 more entries. I knew I was right. Okay. I knew I was right about Aunt Margo. I knew I was right. Okay, we got 21. Okay. We're cooking with gas. So that means okay. They have okay, hold on. And Zach, I think Zach. Okay. We're cooking now. I knew I was right this whole time. I knew that was her. Oh, I figured it out. Oh, I'm so smart. Okay, we got most of the second row done. Okay, so we got most of the. So this is the next generation. So we got the 5 pieces complete. The 5 pieces, they're complete. I just need to do spouses for them. So I'm gonna assume the dad's last name is Morgan. Okay. Okay, I was right. No. Oops, wrong. This is Angie. Angelica Morgan. Correct. And the dad. Okay. And now it's easier to figure out because the dad is the last Morgan that's here. It's not Gwendolyn. It's James. And I'm going to assume one of the kids' name is Gwendolyn. Which kid? One of the kids in this row name is Gwendolyn. So, okay, because it's so order-wise it's Angie, because Angie and Lauren are the two oldest cousins. Then Zach's the oldest boy, and then it goes Clancy, Ellis, and I think Edward. I mean, oh crap. These two are somewhere in the mix. Okay. We done made some progress. Okay, so we got 21 out of 33 we need. We need 11 more family members. Okay. Now, okay, so we done got this all correct. We done got the spouses correct. I need to fix Clark. Then I need to fix Clark's job. Because the only reason for either I do this to see either if it's the job or if it's the occupation. So if I go through all of them and it doesn't click, I know he's not none of the presidents, so I'm not even gonna do that. And it might be a picture. There might be another picture of Clark somewhere that he liked better, because that's the same thing that happened with Carl. I had another picture of Carl up there. I had that picture. I had this picture as the main picture. It wouldn't click until I changed the picture, which is very, very vain. Well, I know he's not none of these. Okay. So it has to be the picture. So it has to be another picture of Clark. Okay. So, what's another hint? Okay. can search for them no more. I thought we was finished with them. Okay. So it must be something in this. Let me search for all of them just to make sure. Ain't nothing. Okay, this is her boyfriend. One thing I learned from early age is that dreams are not outside my grasp. My grandpa was a college professor who taught. Oh, thank you. Your grandpa was a professor. Thank you. Okay. So your grandpa was a professor who taught lectures about history. He also told me that history was full of people from famous families who wasted their fame and fortune by taking it for granted. Instead, he told me I should go out and use my name to accomplish things. I think he may have practiced that lecture a lot because I have other people in my family that also made the Roottree name famous for things besides Andy. His older sister even wrote a book that some of my friends tell me they have read in school. I took his advice and now I work with my mom designing clothes. I helped decide what colors and what patterns I want to model, and she designs them. She designs the clothes with a team of amazing men and women. Although my grandma passed away earlier this year, Grandma Lauren tells me she was very proud of what we managed to accomplish. Okay, so little information. His wife's name was Laura Carlson. Okay, so we got that. I don't think she'd be a team blast. We can try. Can we try Candy Roottree? I don't think she'll pop up because she was trying to be mysterious. Nope. That's what I tried. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's just go through the evidence to see what. I don't think the music. No, because she was trying to keep her music hidden. So I don't think. Nope. Okay. Nope, she wouldn't be there. Okay. It was a try. Okay. Okay, so Ernie. Okay. This is Ernest. This is about Ernest. Deborah Bean. Okay. This is Deborah. Okay, so Deborah Bean is married to I'm assuming it's Ernest Mass. Okay, let's look up Deborah. Okay, what was the last name? Bean. Okay. Deborah Bean. Deborah. Nothing. Okay. One more. A sitcom that sounded family related. Okay, hold on. A sitcom. Okay, so let's go back. Oh, let's see. Okay, Ron Roottrees. Okay, here we go. So it's Ron. Double Trouble was a 1989 sitcom about two 16-year-old brothers the same age, one adopted, played by Tommy Mark Sheridan and Dustin Christopher Baker. Their single mom, played by stand-up Penelope Tessa Green. That name's in there. Often navigated to her job as a magazine columnist, as well as the troubles that comes with raising two boys who are extremely competitive in sports, academics, and even romantic pursuits of the next door girl Roxy. The showrunner was small screen Ron Roottree. The show had strong ratings through the entire first season, rocking both Sheridan and Baker the instant stardom, mostly amongst teenage girl demographic. However, it was canceled in 1991, midway through the second season due to a significant drop in ratings. Hey, Penelope Tessa Green is a retired comedian. There's a result for Laugh Lounge, a club in Reno that claims Penelope got her stand-up start and did her famously raunchy breast milk cheese routine in 1980s. She was a TV star on Brother Trouble. The site claims she retired for the birth of her first child, but still makes yearly appearances for fundraisers doing more family-friendly material. You can find a picture of her later, Joe Colana, 1997, as well as a small picture labeled Jack watching one of his mother's charities, says 1974. Both have been added to evidence. Okay. We're cooking again. I don't think Dustin Baker's going to be a part of this, but let's just say it. Nope, not associated. Okay. Silver Screen Magazine was a Hollywood insider magazine focusing on less on actors and actresses and more on the nitty gritty of writing, directing, costuming, set design, film production, and other writing elements of filmmaking. It ran from 1983 to 1993. It was brought by a bigger, more recognizable magazine a few years ago, and the website now redirects to the new magazine. The new magazine doesn't appear to have any relevancy. Okay. Let's get into this room. Robbie Roottrees. Ooh. A small rumors article from 1992 that claims that the self-taught television screenwriter Robbie Roottrees was allegedly tried and convicted under the name Robert in a French court of law. He's seen. Okay, I knew I was right on the money. Okay, I knew I was right. Let's go over here to Gwen Roottree, because I knew her son's name were Robert and Ronald. Robert was a screenwriter and Robbie was a director. Might have it backwards. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that for right now. Let me read the rest of the article. Okay. A small woman tried under the name Robert in a French court of law. It seems he again allegedly embezzled from the company RR Productions to fuel a gambling habit that left him hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. He then fled to Paris, where he grew up at, and then Silver Screen continued to insist that this was very much alleged assault on an officer who questioned him. The author says that they were unable to get a statement from the French authorities, but received information from an anonymous source and were able to confirm through public records that there was a trial involving Robert Roottrees, and the one time and around that time that brother Trouble was canceled. Ooh, Robbie. Okay. Okay, here we go. This article about Ronald Roottree from 1984 entitled "Don't Blame Nepotism, He Gets Result." After finding some small screen success, first as an actor for many soap opera episodes, then stepping in as a showrunner to turn around a few struggling productions, Ron has decided to start his own television production company. Ron was born in the United States but grew up in Paris with his once famous mother and his brother Robbie. He gobbled up American cinema whenever he could, and when he was old enough to return to Hollywood, to attend film school. He brings a special kind of charisma and eye for unusual shots, particularly when it comes to comedy. Those he worked with have on a record saying he's an attentive director who can work with actors to have the same timing on jokes landing perfectly. Okay. Okay. Oh, so cute. You found this article about the Laugh Lounge, the title of Jack-O-Lantern, and was taken during the fundraiser of Penelope Tessa's Green fundraiser. Okay. Okay. You found this on the website, but is a caption Jack watching one of his mom's charity in 1994. Okay. So, spouse name. Okay. Spouse name is oh, I didn't take the picture. Hold on. This must be that's a Roottree, and this must be Jack Roottree. Okay. If it's yes, sir. Okay, let me. How many we got now? We got 3 again. Okay. Carson, Tessa, Penelope, James, in the picture. In this picture. Booyah. Okay. And that's baby Tessa. And she's a baby still. Because this happened in 1998, so she would still be a baby if this picture was in 1997. We're cooking. We got 24. We need 9 more. We need 9 more. Okay. So we're done with this part right here. We're done with Margot and hers. We're done with Margot and hers. We're finished. Now, should we go over here to the scammers and finish the scam line? Should we? Because it looks like it might be. Okay. So, let's see. Okay, let's see if we can get any more information. Oh. Let's see. Let's see if we can get any more information. Hold on. Let me think. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, hold on. No, I went too far. Okay. So we have these 2. There's another LaRoot. Kim. Did he do that nasty work? And let me see if it's another Rafferty. Jessica. I'm gonna assume right now that they're both kids. Right? Because I think that Clark. Okay, I think Clark married 2 of the sisters. After he married Jane, I think he married her sister Kim. Because it looks like Clark was married again for a 3rd time. And I know his mama was pissed if she was alive. I know she pissed. Okay. So we're done with like Ron and all that. We got all that figured out. Okay, let's see if we can bust another case open real quick. Why aren't there more authors? Okay. So. Okay. So. Let's. Okay. Let's just see. Nothing. It probably won't bring up nothing. It probably won't bring up nothing. Okay. Okay, let's see. Damn. Okay. Okay. I need to. Okay, what we need to figure out now with them is who Ellis married. Okay, who Miracle married, the original preacher. Who we need all the spouses. Because with this spouse, we need to get the kid. We need to get his cousin. Okay, let's start looking at some of the names on here. We know who that is. I know who that is. I'm probably gonna be able to find nothing, but we can check. Nothing. Okay, let's do one more hint, and then we're not gonna do no more hints somewhere. Article by Stephanie mentions someone being featured in the newspaper too. Okay, hold on. Okay, Stephanie Jones. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about Stephanie. Stephanie don't seem like she a main character, so I was just like, okay. Stephanie Jones. Stephanie Landon. Yeah. Carolyn. Okay, first of all, let's turn the capitals off. Landon. Okay. Let's do Roottrees. Okay, she's not coming up. Grew up without a father. Carolyn Morden. Let's try that. Let's try that. That's the only name we can try. Carolyn Morden. Because she's the only Carolyn there. There we go. There we go. Her name. Okay. Okay, you'll find a cover about local art institute installation, including one by Carolyn Morden. There isn't much information about Carolyn as a person, but this is mostly a list of art in Butler County. She seems to go top billing. Accompanying the story, there's an image of Carolyn standing beside a large metal statue of a mermaid. Its captions, Carolyn standing next to her sculpture, Atlantis Bergen. This sculpture is one of the many featured in her upcoming book, self-portrait book, Art and Beautiful Women. Bam. Okay. Copy. Library. Craft the book. And by Carolyn Morden. Art and the Beauty of Women. I forgot self-portrait. Self-portrait. Highlight. Thank you. Dedicated to Louise and Dustin. Most of the main periods of Carolyn's art, the centerpiece is a series of full-color nude self-portraits at the ages, stretching from 25 to 30. There's certainly not having added to your inventory. In the intro, Carolyn talks about influence. She was one of the youngest in her generation. In her late teens, she felt betrayed by her sister Gwendolyn. Cousin Bonnie gave her trees to settle for boring men. She just like especially dislikes her brother-in-law, Dr. Wilson, who she calls completely bogus. Their marriages led to her doubling down on her passion, art and environment. She even married a man who was opposite her, which was an overcorrection. She comes out strongly against the Roottree company effect on the local environment. She proves how she's not able to convince her father, Zach, to make mention of our policy. She also explains that her marriage to Mark led to the most violent moments in her life, all negative. The only thing good he ever gave her was her daughter, leaving them all behind to pursue her true love, the art of beauty and women. Okay, so her dad, Zach. Okay, so Zach. Are we talking Zachary? Morden? Yes. Yes, okay, we're talking Zachary. Okay, so Zachary has two daughters. Okay, we got Gwendolyn and here we go. We got Gwendolyn and Carolyn. She has a daughter named Stephanie Landon, and her husband's name is Ryan Jones. Okay. She married a man. They're married. Okay. Okay. So who? Okay. So there's also a cousin named Bonnie. So Gwendolyn. Alright, does Samantha has a daughter named Bonnie? She's an artist. She's in politics. She must be. I'm gonna assume Gwendolyn is a housewife. Okay. So either Samantha had a daughter named Bonnie or. That was her husband. Oh, hold on. It is probably in. Okay, let me go back to that article because I think it had the adopted mama name in there. Hold on, let me see if it had the stepmom name in there. Grandmother and her partner. Okay, what was her mother? Okay, let's look. Eloise. Thank you. That's the partner's name. Eloise. Yes. Okay. So, let's see. Let's see if anything else comes up online about Carolyn Morton. Okay. Okay. Well, I get it. She wanted the girls. We get it. Okay. Okay. Gwendolyn. Let me look up let me see if Gwendolyn got something. I've never looked up the dad. Hold on. I've never looked up Zachary. Zachariah. My bad. Oh my god. So y'all just couldn't keep the name? Zachariah. Did I spell it right? Nope. Wait, did I spell that right? Zacariah. How I spell it? Yeah, I spelled it right. Ain't no information on Zachariah, even though he was one of the presidents. Yeah, let's look in the periodicals. Z-A-C-A-R-I-A-H. Come on in. Nothing. This is what. Okay. Son of James. And, okay, there's a small word about Zach Morton, son of James and Gwendolyn Morton. Okay, James. Okay. Your daddy name James. I got that already. The second president. Okay. Well, entrusting me with carrying on his legacy, and that's what I plan to do. Along with 5 pieces, our chocolate maple products are selling incredibly. We will not be making any changes. Okay, let's see if I look. Nothing. Nothing. Okay. They don't have nothing. Just leave me alone. Okay. Okay. Well, let's look at where we at now. Okay, we done jumped around. I said I was going to do one side. I ended up doing another side. But oh well. There's something else over here that's going to make this pop. Gwendolyn got 3 E's. Now I'm wondering if, yeah, because Angie, this is the only, okay, Angie is here. Let me go see, okay. Let me see if I can lock some of these in that I already have by going to look through these pictures again. Go through this evidence. Where these pictures at? Okay. So this is Zachariah. That's Sam. That's Lauren. That's one of the miracles, and I think I know which miracle that is. That is, if I didn't already put it over here, then that's that miracle. Because I would assume that Clancy Jr. looked just like his dad. I would assume so. Okay, I think the pictures are in the right place. Okay. Then we got pictures and names now. Everybody got a picture up here. I'm gonna assume Angela. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, my girl. There we go. There we go. That's all we needed. Okay. Carolyn, Lynn. Okay, so I got all of these. Lynn. Okay. Eloise. Brian. In this picture. That picture is locked in. Booyah. Okay. So I have all of these. Okay, we got 27. I knew that was my girl, Angie. Okay. So we got Angie. Okay. Okay, let's go back to the pictures. Who picture is... Okay, so this is the brother. I just need the professions. I think there's Miracle. That's Miracle number 2. There's Miracle Jr. again. Just another picture of him being a baby. He's so cute. Yeah, because that's the only other. Yeah, that's Miracle Jr. Okay, all I need is their spouses and his kid name over here. But let's go back to the picture. I think all these pictures are accounted for. So let's... Did I put pictures? I didn't put the pictures. That's his youngest. That, and I was right. That's messy. That's messy. He got married to her sister, and they're the girls. So he had a... Okay, I was right. That's messy, Clark. That's very messy. Okay. We're marrying him. Get your second picture. Get your second picture, girlfriend. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I haven't looked up November, but we're gonna look that up after we done. We got the 5 pieces, the free spirit. Okay. I feel like that's Carolyn again. November. Okay, that's November. Okay, this is pictures they included Bonnie, next president Guy Hudson, Ernie Jr., Carolyn, Gwendolyn. Okay, so Carolyn is in this picture. Hold on. So let me go to Carolyn. That's her in a bit. Okay, which one of these is Gwendolyn? Okay. Let's see. Okay. Ooh, baby is November. This is a notice that every 20 years the Roottrees were created. Da, 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 da. And Carl's the teenager in the middle, so that's Carl. On the back of it, these pictures include Bonnie, then President Guy with Hudson, Ernie Jr., Carol, Gwyneth M., Miracle Jr., Jim. That's Jim right here. That's Jim. Yeah, Guy Hudson. Okay, let me look up Guy Hudson. Fancy Flavors was an addition to the 5-piece turnaround for less than a year in 1979. It was Guy Hudson's first and Harrison's most exciting move as president of Roottrees, an attempt to cater towards what he thought the average person wanted. Guy looked at his own wealth, which was often a source of envy for others, and decided to tap into the idea that they add fancy flavors to 5 pieces. Anyone could live like they're wealthy. The philosophy brought to a flavor in 5 pieces as meant to mimic caviar. Yuck! 5 pieces sold less that year than it had any other year, except in some foreign markets. It was very quickly announced that caviar was meant to be a limited flavor and would go back to normal. So, ew, Guy, what the hell? Okay. Guy, along with his twin sister, are no strangers to the public eye when it comes to Roottrees snacks. They both appeared in the company's advertisement as kids during the Boys and Girls Agree era. Now, Guy's taking over the Roottrees company at the end of the year. Who would have known that one of those adorable redheads credit Guy credits his mother and father, Angie and Christopher, with providing his fiery duo and arguing over. Okay, bam. Okay. Got it. Okay. Okay, so he got a wife named Clara. Okay, I done peeped. Okay, we done got it. Bam. Okay, I'm gonna be back to this picture. This is Guy Hudson and Claire and his sister. These Angie kids. These Angie kids over here. His wife name is Clara. And this is Bonnie Hudson, and this is Guy Hudson. Guy Hudson is President 3. Bonnie is a housewife. I'm gonna assume. Okay. Okay, we cooking. We're cooking. Our husband, they will prepare the new guy taking over the okay. I, with her president Zachary, has decided to take an early retirement to focus on traveling the world with his wife. Zach was quoted saying, "Now that our daughters have started families of their own, Clara and I plan to reflect on life, a life well lived. God is initially Israel, but he is his family. His family. We are Roottree, have faith in him, and we have faith in his oh my God, in his never mind ideas. You're not going to irritate me tonight. You're not going to irritate me. Okay. Apparently, okay. Oops. Wrong. Oh wait, I put this at the wrong. Oh yeah, no, I didn't put it at the wrong place. I put Clara at the wrong place. That's Clara. He's president number 3. Okay. Yeah, decided to take Clara's last. Patricia. Okay, okay, here we go. Although the Butler County Times does not archive their obituaries, they did a front page story in 1982 about Guy and his wife Patricia. The story itself seems surprisingly light on the relative details of recent police reported that the crash was caused by an unidentified driver who swerved in front of husband's car, causing them to brake and veer off on the interstate. Although Guy was somewhat controversial president, foul play is not suspected. There are witnesses who reported that the vehicle which instigated the wreck was speeding, swerving between lanes, and the other cars off as well for 5 or 6 minutes before the tragic incident. One witness says it could have been any of us who they eventually ran off the road. The aggressor fled after the accident. The police have a few leads and made him model. Guy had been the president of the movie company for only 4 years, although undoubtedly patriotic in his history. Him and his wife had no children. Oh, I got it backwards. Okay, let me fix it then. I got it backwards. Because I'm like, what? Okay, this is Guy. He's president number 3. And Patricia Jones this is and he doesn't have kids. Damn, I couldn't even finish the other one. Okay. These 3. Okay, so I got Bonnie. Okay. Oh, I got everything. Okay. Okay, so I got 30, period. So I got the girlies and Bonnie. Okay. And let me do Guy. So God, this is guy right here. Okay. Okay, let's see how much. Oh my God, we getting this done. We only need 3 more to unlock the rest. Okay. So we know Hudson is person is number 3. Honey is his twin sister. Okay. So let's see. We got anything else? No. Darling. Trying nothing. Who left? Nothing. Okay. Nothing. Okay, nothing on Bonnie. Okay, yes, we do got something on Bonnie. Hold on. Where is it at? It's the original. Name. Nope. Actually, no. Hold on. Actually, periodicals. Carolyn Morgan. It's the book title. Here. Dr. Wood. Jason, Steven, or Zach. I'm gonna assume that it's not Jason. I'm not gonna assume it's not Zach. She might need one of her kids after her dad. Zach, or Zachary, or Zachariah. Do that. Nothing. Okay. Let's search the periodicals. Steven. Nothing. Zach. Nothing. Okay. Nothing. Let's see. This is one. Nothing. pediatrician who practiced north of Pittsburgh. Although there are a lot of Stephen Wilson and Dr. Wilson, this one apparently found a way to gain search results. He pops up the top every time. His website claims that he is pediatrician to the stars. The only evidence for that is that apparently was a doctor to the Roottrees sisters. There's a picture of him on the website as well as a picture of his 3 children. The 3 children look as though the photographer was told them how, regardless, the pictures haven't added evidence. There is a quote that although credited to this woman, you might suspect might be written by a 10-year-old. My dad is the best dad in the entire world. You treat every patient with world-class care. You will treat your children like you would treat me, my big brother, or my sister. Okay. I knew it. I guess they knew it was Steven. Okay. So, the oldest is... What did this say? Okay. This picture was taken 2 years ago in 1996. Jason. Okay, so Jason the youngest. So. Okay, so it's that Jim and Jason. Yeah, hold on. This is Zach. This is Jason. And Zach. Jim. And Jason. Kid. I'm gonna assume Kid. Okay. Okay, we done it. No Missy, so we did it. These 3 inches are currently locked in. Okay. Okay. Booyah. Okay. On the phone,
On the phone, I said I owed you an explanation. But I can't reveal everything. No, I'm sure this all seems like deception for deception's sake. So I'll try to explain why. It's true, I'm working with lawyers. But not the candy company lawyers. My publisher's lawyers. I'm on the verge of releasing a book, and it's not kind to the Roottrees. Especially Elias and the 5 Pieces. The truth often isn't. But with the plane crash, the publisher is rightfully worried it'll look like I'm making things up to exploit a tragedy. So they're doing their due diligence. That's why you're here. To be sure there's enough evidence for an expert to unearth the whole story. If I tell you the whole story now, we can't prove that. I hope you understand. That said, I can say that the work you're doing is very personal to me. To my story, one spot on the tree is more important than the rest. You've likely noticed it. It's locked for now. I'll return one final time, after you fill it in. Also, there are fewer Roottrees left. In a sense, that makes it easier. Use process of elimination. It's also harder to verify when you're right. You'll need 4 blood relatives before they lock from here on out. I don't have any more evidence for you, but trust your intuition. If something has a high number, it's not a mistake. You're getting closer and closer to the truth. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Wow. Okay, so we are close. This has something to do with Samantha. That gotta be her daughter. Okay. Okay. doing a lot of work. We have less than half. We have 30, we completed 33 out of 49. Math wise. And we have 16 more things to fill in. So I'm going to do that another time. So I'm going to stop it here for the night. Save. Alright. Well, I appreciate this. If you made it this far in the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. I don't know if I'll just record the next part or just do a stream of it. But I appreciate if you made it this far and watched it. You have a great rest of your day when you watch this. See you later.